Hi, welcome to All Scale Slot Car Den. I'm Dennis, and I welcome you to the HO track, which has finally received a nice upgrade, a well-deserved and well-needed upgrade, enhancement to the track. It's as you can see, it is the Viasu system, uh, track timing system with the race coordinator software, and this was very needed on the track. It for anyone who has this knows, once you have it, you probably don't go back. You don't want to just have a racetrack without any kind of timing system unless you just enjoy having your car go around, which is fine. But there's a certain point you want to get to the next level, and so now I have a couple of grandchildren who are into this very heavily, and I figured that this was needed, and so I actually purchased this back in March, I think it was. And right now it's early November of 2024. And I purchased it in March, but I didn't want to install it. I tested it a little bit on the floor to make sure everything worked okay, and it seemed okay. But I didn't want to install it just yet because this track is in my garage. Anyone who follows uh, my channel knows this track is in the garage, and it gets very, very hot here during the summer. Very, very hot here all the time, but especially in the summer, you just bake. So I didn't want to subject this system to summer just yet. I wanted to test it, make sure, and got busy over the summer anyway. So I figured, when things start to cool off a little bit, whatever you consider cool in here, then I would install it. And the time is now. So I just hooked it up and just checking things out. One thing I do notice that it came with a ton of wires, and so I'm working on what to do with those wires. I'm thinking the best thing is to go down, drill a hole, and put them all underneath the track. Unfortunately, I have a lot of stuff underneath the track, so it's a big project. So right now I'm being lazy, and I tuck the wires under, and I banked them up. I have a bunch of these track supports, so I raised up the track and stuffed some wires in as much as I could. As you could see, it's still a mess. I'll be working on that in time. No urgency for that, but there's a ton of wires. I don't want to. At this point, I just got it up. I don't want to disassemble it and start drilling holes and all that work. I just want to have fun. You know what I mean? So I'm having fun right now. So just testing out the equipment, and so far everything seems to be doing great. Um, when I did get the system, I wanted, of course, you want to get this bridge for the start finish line, and if you do get this system, this Viasu system, it you want to get this bridge with the start finish line. That's the primary feature of it. If you only have this bridge, this can actually act for fuel. You stop under it, you stop on the sensor, and your car will start receiving fuel. And then you go, when you have a full tank, you can take off, or whenever however much fuel you want to add, and then you take off. But the only problem is if you just have this one light bridge, if you want fuel, you have to stop right there under the sensor. If you pass it, then you have to go back around again, and you risk running out of fuel or running low on fuel, and try again next time. So I made sure this is something, I figure a one-time purchase, I wanted to get this, which is the end of, you can set that up as an end of your pit lane. So with that addition, you can stop anywhere after, to start your pit. Go in there, stop anywhere in here. When you're stopped for a second, it'll start adding fuel. And then when you cross here, that's when it stops, when you pass that, and when you have enough fuel to your liking. So that was a necessity. I didn't want to have to worry about stopping directly over that. That can cause issues with a lot of people, including myself. So I wanted to have a little gap here to where you could stop, have a pit lane, and you can make this as wide as you want. You could separate these two bridges as far apart as you want, so you could stop anywhere. I could have put the start finish line over there, and then this way you start your pit stop anywhere from here to all the way over here, and anywhere you stop in there, you start your fuel. But I figured this is a nice little pit lane distance, and in time I'll probably decorate this up. I don't think I'm going to take this layout down. I love it. I really love it. And everybody who races on it loves it. So I think this is going to stay. So like I had said in a previous video, I'm not much into decorating. It's just not my thing. I might throw a few things on the track, but I'll leave that up to maybe my grandkids or my wife or my son. And whoever wants to have an idea of some kind of theme to have this track. Right now, I'm calling it Aurora Speedway, just as an homage to the Aurora company, who I love. That probably will change. I'm not sure. But I'll probably leave it up to somebody else to decide what theme they would like to see on this track. And well, I'll take suggestions, and we'll go from there. But for right now, it's just to have fun, and finally having the timing system. I upgraded the controllers and the driver stations. There's 4 driver stations, and they all have the DeFalco DD505 controllers, which are adjustable. No braking, but that's not important right here. So each one of the driver stations has that, and it also has the Auto World adjustable controller, so you have 2 shots at dialing in your car just the way you like it, and that's at each station. And so I'm very happy with that, and I'm going to do some testing on this. I picked up this laptop, very inexpensive. It was a used laptop. You can see it's got a scratch. It doesn't matter to me at all. However long it wants to last is fine with me. And I didn't want to put any money into it. Just something to get the job done. It just needed to be a basic Windows system. I forget if it needed to be Windows 10. I can check if somebody has a question about that, but it just needed to be a certain Windows, and that's all. And that's all. It's very basic, although there's so much to do in there. I can't wait to just explore all the possibilities. There's so much to do, and I highly encourage. Now, I'm a very raw rookie at this, you can't take my word for it, but on how great this is. But there are so many features in there, so it's worth exploring, I think. And also, I got a really inexpensive TV. It was on sale somewhere. It was Insignia, very basic TV, just a big enough size so everyone can see their positions and their fuel on the track and their times. So that's all I needed. And however long these want to last is great. They're going to be out here in the garage, so I don't know how long they're going to last, but whatever I get out of them is great. Hopefully a very long time. I did, when I purchased the system, I purchased one track call button, which I have here over at this driver station, and I figured one track call button for here, so people can start and stop the race. I can shift that over there if necessary, so those 2 drivers have their track call button, and this laptop can actually be over here somewhere where people can hit the space bar, which is also a track call button, and a track start button, just like that, and a race start button. And so these 2 drivers, or if there's only one here, they can operate that side. Those track call buttons are about $80 a piece, and I was thinking about getting 4 of them so that each station can have its own, but that kind of adds up quite a bit when you have 4 of them. Okay, I spent that $80, a one-time expense, $80 for the one track call button. But to get 4 of them would be $360 if I multiplied correctly. No, $320. It's early. So yeah, that's quite an expense for a track haul, and I just could not take that leap. Even though you could justify it's a one-time expense and then it's done, but it's still quite an expense, and especially that the laptop actually does the same function, and you know, you know what I mean. So that's it for that. And now it's just a matter of just practicing and checking out all the different features. It comes with a ton of wires, and yeah, that's the only drawback is the amount of wires. Uh, Thankfully for the with the bridge supports, I could tuck everything under for now and deal with it later, and just have some fun. There's even wires for the track call button, which I'm not too candidly hiding with this Panthers Florida Panthers Zamboni. I'll do a better job of this. Just right now, I just want to have fun and enjoy. And thank you for watching. And I'm just going to test it out real quick. I'm not going to get too involved right here. I'm recording, holding a phone with one hand and got my control in the other. Let's see what happens. I just have this set up very basically.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, okay, we're gonna take off, and I can't drive with one hand, with one eye, I should say. Okay, let's see what happens. We cross. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting right there.
New lap record. Pit stop started. Full fuel.
Full fuel. So now we're going to take off again. Yeah, that's interesting right there. That is not moving. So that's something to check into. It was working before. I think it seems to freeze up after every race. Let's see what happens. No, that's actually frozen. So I'm going to work on that, and let's see what's going on. Probably
2 minutes left.
Although the TV is saying, that's the TV you're hearing the sound from. Interesting. It's still showing it's connected and it's not moving. So let's check that out, and I'll get back with you. Thank you for watching, and take care.